Oh my goodness, look at this. What? Welcome to Dan's on the Street. I'm Dan. Today we're going to be visiting Bilbao in Spain. Seems like an interesting city. I've certainly never been to Spain. But I'm excited to check it out and tour all around. You can tell even from above, this is an interesting old place. Let's start right in the center of things. There's a giant kind of X directing me towards this, so let's go in here. Okay, we're on the ground here in September 2017. Already, I'm very impressed. Look at this old place here, and then a brand new tower over there. Very neat. More ancient and modern next to each other. Well, maybe not ancient. Great mixture of architectural styles. Beautiful flowers out here, well cared for. Nice little stonework, pavers. Even these lamps are pretty neat. Little beehive design. This is lovely. Well, I would definitely visit here if I came to town. I'd love to get over here. I have an uncle I know who lives in Spain. Always offering me a place to stay, so we'll see, maybe someday. Yeah, this would be great. Let's pop right back up. What a great little plaza this is. What a great epic plaza this is. Plaza de Don Federico Moya. Alright. Not sure who that is, but a lovely place. Let's pick one of these streets and just kind of head down it. Bunch of people out and about. Can't get over how great this building looks. Not sure what this architectural style is. Very interesting. Lots of little pointy objects sticking out. It's a bit of an overwhelming effect, but I don't know. I guess I like it. All these little bushes up here, perfectly shaped into spheres. Maybe they're little trees. I'm not sure. Very cute. I hope they're real. Maybe they're fake. Let's follow a couple of these buses down here. Serious bus lanes here. Maybe open to regular passengers too. Regular vehicles, that is. Bilbao bus. That's kind of fun to say. Bilbao bus. People out and about. Wearing pants in October. I guess that sounds about right. Lovely intersection here again. This is, very impressive so far. What's going on here with this light? That's interesting. I don't know what that represents. And what is this giant, I guess that's art. Looks like a piece of debris. I guess it's kind of cool though. Great church here. Goodness. So bright white in the sun here. Let's just keep going straight down here. More of this debris art. I don't know about that. Whatever. This guy's got a TV for sale, looks like. Interesting. We're on Elcano Calea. I'm sure I'm butchering that pronunciation. Don Tacan. Great little shops all through here, I'm sure. Some makeup. Amazing buildings all the way down here. I think my neck would hurt if I lived in this city just staring up at all these buildings. Fantastic architecture. And then some places not so fantastic, but it represents different periods of construction, of course. Plenty of trash and recycling here. You're definitely into that. That's good. Good number of people out and about. A little park here. Oh my goodness, look at this place up ahead. Alright. And obviously, I keep looking up at this building here. This is really cool. I'd love to see that they were okay with approving such a kind of unusual, compared to the rest of the scene here, building. Very tasteful, very nice, but very different. Oh, look how great these ones are even. Let's take a right turn here. See if we can get a look at this place. Oh man, really nice. Let's pop up and see what this is. You can see it's very well mapped here. We can orbit around. Ibero Dorea. Interesting. Not quite sure what that is. Corporate headquarters of some sort. Even got the helipad up there. So serious money happening there. Lovely parks all around. They really developed it nicely. Okay, let's pull up a little bit. Oh, look at how great these parks are. Before we get too high up here, let's check out some of these surrounding parks. This is obviously a lovely place to visit in this area. Again, dominated by that view. This fountain, this is what a fountain looks like when it's empty. At least a really interesting fountain. It's probably puts on pretty awesome display. You can tell all these lights and so forth. July 2012, that should definitely be on. They must be working on it. I hope it's been fixed by now if you visit. This is so cool here even. Wonder if they put on some live performances maybe. Or maybe you could get married there or something. Great park all through here. Goodness, I'd love to go for a walk down this little avenue. Park Avenue. Happy little couple there. That's cute. Tons of benches. Nobody's even sitting on them. What's going on here? July. Alright, a couple people over here sitting on them. Interesting statue. These fountains are working. They must be fixing that other one. Yeah, great park, obviously. Alright, let's pop up, just get a little sense of things. North side up. So here's the city, sitting on a river. The estuary of Bilbao. Estuary, I'd have to double check how an estuary differs from a river. Essentially a river though, leading out to the bay. In the northern part of Spain here on the Iberian Peninsula. And here's the main city. Wonderful design of all these buildings. It's in that super block design I've seen in other cities. I think that's the term I was told. Now here's a beautiful stadium being built. You can tell it's still under construction here. Wow. Really nice place. Let's hope there's some photographs inside. And there are. Okay, they finished it here. That's nice. Love these red seats. Goodness. Great place to catch a soccer game. Nice overhangs here. Keep you, a little shaded. Keep you out of the weather. Brand new seats all around. Looks like this spells out something, maybe. Really nice. Guy quietly working while everyone's watching him. This is a neat place. I would definitely try to get here and see a game if I could. Okay, and then moving very close to that. Again, we're still all in the same neighborhood here. I gotta check out this monument. Corazon. Not quite sure what all those words were. Goodness, what a big monument this is. Big old thing. I love the way all these buildings in these circular plazas kind of arc. That's neat. Not sure. Is that Jesus? I saw the name Jesus or Jesus. I'm not quite sure. No, I'm not quite sure. That may or may not be Jesus. I might have to look that one up later. Interesting. Let's move down another street here. Somewhere else nearby. Let's take another one of these main streets off that central plaza. Alright, more shopping around here. Arizona Vintage. Interesting. I love the way they put this brick up here around this tree. It's kind of cool. I'm sure like skateboarders like that. Maybe. wonderful buildings. There's so many wonderful buildings. To comment on each one seems ridiculous. Tight streets through here. Yeah, not a lot of space. Got to park both sides and then squeeze down. Lots of scooters around. Pretty large scooters. But that'd be a fun way to get around town, I'm sure. The shop's called Trendy. And I'm sure it is. Some sort of it looks like high-end shopping along here. Italian brands, maybe. Interesting. No right turn. That's an interesting no right turn sign. Just a little different than what I'm used to, but I get it. I think I could comprehend that if I had to drive here. Interesting. This guy's jogging out here. This is an old place. I read on Wikipedia it dates back to the 14th century. That's when it was founded. And people were living here long before that. I read they discovered old foundations and walls from that date back to the 11th century. So, never quite sure what that means when they say it was founded in fitting this big furniture in there. When it was founded in the 14th century, if people were here long before, but whatever. The government that came in established it officially in the 14th century. Great streets here. So many shops. You can spend a lot of time shopping here. And eating too, of course. This looks like we're moving into a restaurant district here. Definitely sit out here, one of these outdoor seating situations. Like what they've done here, they've kind of closed off this half of the street. It looks like it used to be open to traffic, probably back in the day. And it's now maybe bike lanes. And they've squished the cars over here to just this side. Which, that's fine, we'll get by. We'll get by in the cars. This is pretty cool here. I guess maybe they have a subway system. So it would seem. Or tunnels of some sort. That's a really great design of that. Curved glass. That wasn't cheap. Like seeing that. Bars. Yeah, all kinds of great eating all through there. I love how well this is mapped here. I mean, just take in how pretty that is. Very cool. Let it slowly load here. These distant mountains, you got mountains to explore and you're right by the water. So there's plenty of things to do here. A really, really interesting place. I wonder if we could get up on one of these hillsides maybe and just kind of look down on things. Get a sense of the town. We'll see what we find. I have no idea. Okay. Beautiful sunlight coming in here. Goodness, this is nice. So you could go hiking all up here. And then there's there's a cloud city up there. Somebody stitched that together poorly. Looks like there's the town down there though. I think that's that taller new building. One of the several stadiums in this town. Farming happening on the hillsides it looks over here. And wow, what a sight. So lush and green. Sun rising or setting. Not quite sure. Looks like setting. That is nice. Okay. A few more places here. Let's continue to explore. It's a pretty big city. I read around 350,000 people, so this is dense. And there's a number of cities kind of all around it, so it's a little hard to tell where the city ends and where the rest of the land begins. There's around 1 million people in the metropolitan area. Tons of buses here. Looks like pretty good public transit. It appears that there's a train station of some sort here, up on the right. Give it a second to load maybe. Okay, yeah, looks like a bus station. There it is. Maybe a bus or train station. Probably trains, I guess. Well, let's pop up and find out, maybe. Oh yeah, of course, train station. And yeah, I imagine a serious bus stop too. Drop you off, take a train out of town. Let's get a glance along the river here. This looks like an interesting bridge. Estuary of Bilbao. Oh, a very interesting bridge. Pedestrian only. Pretty cool. Love to go for a walk all through here. Some more newer buildings going up, or went up there. Maybe it's a few years old, but relatively new. Very pretty. Very pretty. Lots of, yeah, a great mixture of new and old. Love that kind of, I don't know what the style would be. It just feels European is like my general term for some of it. This, I don't know, this kind of look. I don't quite see that style too much in the US. Just kind of all of this, but I really dig it. Maybe it's spreading all around. I wonder if it's considered generic over there, or if people are liking it. Oh, interesting. There's like a light rail system that goes through here. That's pretty cool. Playgrounds in the park here, well, in the plaza at least. Very nice. Bilbao. Interesting design up there. Not sure what that is. Is that functional or design? Let's curve down this street. I feel very low to the ground right here. So this is where the light rail comes through. You can see the rails there. Really heavy building here. It just feels, you can feel the weight of this. Wow. Stunner though. Beautiful balconies. I hope those actually open up. Sometimes you see that design and, you know, they have it closed off. I think in the older buildings, when you see that, that actually opens up and you can stand out there. I hate that when sometimes they'll do that in a new building and they'll put that little rail even, and it's entirely, you know, it's entirely fake. Interesting building here. Good amount of security cameras all through town. That's becoming more and more common, of course. Lovely places here. Really neat. Is that metal facade of some sort? That's really nice. More great parks. A really, you know, a really well-planned city. And you wonder what this plan dates back to, but like just look at the effort that went into the planning of this. Very nice. It gets a, you know, it's not all a grid and so forth. It's very well laid out. And I'm sure easy to explore too as you go around town. Let's check out this stadium here. Toros. All right, so this is you can see some bullfighting here or whatever. I don't know if it's a bullfight as much as you can watch them put on a show. Classic, perfect circular design. I wonder if they do other things up here outside of just bull-related entertainment. Not sure. Such a perfect little circle. I'm a big fan of that. Alright, let's see. Guggenheim Museum. Oh yeah, I saw this on Wikipedia and I was looking forward to seeing it. I'm a pretty big Frank Gehry fan. You love him or you hate him, and definitely count me in the love him. You know, I don't know how many people hate him. It is certainly unusual. And there's a Koons artwork you can see there. I saw some of his stuff at the Museum of Modern Art in Chicago. Another guy I think you can kind of love or hate. Goodness, what an awful looking spider this is. Oh boy. Amazing though. I'm a big fan of that look. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous, but it's pretty awesome too. Let's pop inside maybe, see if we can glance at what it looks like. The wildness continues inside here. Just the appearance of like chaos and disorder, but it's actually, completely ordered and planned, and the amount of effort that went into shaping this, and it looks like it just kind of spilled out here and melted for a few days or something. It's awesome. Nobody else is doing anything quite like it, to my knowledge. Let's pop on this bridge. Notice this. Pretty funky looking bridge. I think I like it, but also, I don't know. It's kind of weird. No, I like it. It's cool. It's cool. Great views off this bridge, though. I'd love to go for a walk over that. Love this whole staircase or pathway going down. Beautiful hillside. Such a great kind of all-around look of thing. I don't know. I love a city that's got a good hillside or mountainside near it, and just really anchors you. Something about being in a city that's flat. Oh my goodness, look at this. What? This is like a reminds me of the parade. What's that called? The New Year's Day parade? Rose Bowl parade. Float. Obviously, it's just a display relating to the Museum of Modern Art, or the Guggenheim, that is. You can even see it up here. Puppy. 43-foot flat. All right. It's been there since '92. Oh, it's a Coons. How about that? That's really cool. But as I was saying, there's a city that's completely flat. And now, I've visited a good number of cities that are completely flat, that are wonderful, that are totally worth seeing. But I don't know. It's hard to beat a city that has hillsides and mountainsides right next to it. And when you add in, again, the oceanside or a bayfront, just a few, 10 or 20 miles away here, a city's got a lot going for it. And Bilbao definitely has a lot going for it. All these streets are so great. I'm completely lost right now. Look at these kids. Children crossing, obviously. I'm not quite sure how they'd cross. There's a fence there. Maybe there's a bus stop for school children there. Interesting. This looks kind of government looking. Perhaps. Something about that fence. What's going on over here? Big old building. Sure. They speak Spanish here, as well as the Basque language, which I'm not too familiar with at all. It's an ancient language. And I don't know if I've ever talked to somebody who spoke Basque. I read on Wikipedia it's not really similar at all to Spanish. Maybe there's some crossover, but like it's not, its origins, one didn't evolve from the other. Let's go over here. This looks kind of different. Oh my. Yeah, very different. But very nice too. Kind of moving down the hillside here. They couldn't come up with a name, so it's just bar. That's okay. That should be... Bars shouldn't even bother coming up with names. That's... Just call it a bar. We all... you don't need some stupid name. Something on tap. Who cares? It's a bar. We know what you are. Restaurants, it's a little more complicated. But a bar... I don't know. Unless you're specialize in one thing, a gin bar or something, and you better put that in your name. But For the rest of them, I think we'd all be fine if you just said bar. You know, maybe choose a special font, your own font. Let's check out this park over here. Time's running short here, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up pretty quick. More parks and playgrounds, more great views. This is obviously a former industrial site, I would say. This is definitely related to manufacturing, perhaps steel. I'm glad they've preserved it. Might be a plaque or two around. Cannot read it though. Big old chimney stack. Yeah, definitely related to something relating to industry. I've seen those in a number of cities. I read that it used to be, as many cities were, big industrial location, and it's slowly been deindustrializing since the 90s, or maybe before. Transitioning into a service economy. That's cool. Gotta adjust. It seems like they're doing well still. Or maybe, that is to say they're adjusting well, it seems. This looks like just an absolute beauty here. This photograph is not as pretty as that previous one we were just in. Let's get a look at that. Begoniaco Basilica. Alright. Nice place. Some newer stuff up here. Oh, so much to see. This is all on like the east side of the river. And we saw a little bit over there. Maybe one place down here. We're gonna have to wrap this up quick. One or two more places. This place is a little more dated. Not even gonna try to pronounce this street. Eric called it. Yeah, I said I wasn't gonna try. I immediately see it as a challenge. Little graffiti. Sidewalks all around. They did that right. It's definitely pedestrian friendly, it would seem to me. Pedestrians rule this city, I'd say. Cars have been kind of squished to the side. Bikes too. And I say more power to them. Cars will always get by. We'll complain about the traffic and whatever, but we'll figure it out. Gotta keep the pedestrians safe. And the moment you are a pedestrian, then you suddenly start noticing pedestrian issues. Everyone loves cars when you're in a car. The moment you get out on a sidewalk, you immediately notice all the problems with the infrastructure. This looks pretty cool. It's like you can actually see people on this roof here. You see that? I think these are people lying out on chairs. This is definitely borderline creepy. This person doesn't even look like they're on a chair. They're just like lying on a deck of some sort. Well, okay, let's see what's going on up here. Well, that is disappointing. I don't know what I'm hoping to see. The rooftop, I guess. Okay, here we go. Very neat. Great to see this top of that little roof there. Yeah, clearly put out chairs. People can chill up here. This is so pristine and pretty. They did a great work on this flooring even. Beautiful view of the city. A little bit of hillside around there. I wonder if you can get up here easily, or if this is is this public space or some sort of... Not sure. It's definitely an interesting building. Let's pop into this plaza and then we might have to call it a day here. I just want to see what this is. Okay. Oh my goodness, look at this. Is this a theater? some sort. Movie theater or something else. Can't quite tell. Really pretty place though. Ascuna Zentroa. Wow. Oh man, I could spend a lot of time here virtually and physically. I'd love to visit Bilbao. I'll have to get there someday. All these cities are starting to pile up in my head. At some point I'm gonna have to buy some tickets, I think, right? For now though, I'm gonna add this to my map. Let's see. And if you live in Bilbao and you know and I missed some of your favorite places, do tell me in the comments. I'll come back and check it out and let you know what I think. I always try to do that. There it is, sitting up there right near the water, and that was great. I really enjoyed myself. I hope you enjoyed this tour a little bit. I'll be back to Spain soon, I promise. Some big cities, Madrid, Barcelona. Ooh, Barcelona is going to be a good one. Yeah, and if you enjoyed this, check out some of my other ones. I've been in a few. Porto, Portugal, that was pretty neat. And Palma, that was beautiful. All right, till next time.